Assalamu alaikum and Ramadan Mubarak. Inshallah, we will begin my reflection on chapter 17, verse 36. This verse was selected because it reminds me of what's going on in our society today, how we become so gullible and so willing to follow knowledge that has not been confirmed or substantiated by a good source. And this verse it says that, and do not follow, this is a command from Allah, from God. God says, do not follow, O man, what you do not know, but be assured and confirmed. Indeed, man is questioned about what he used his hearing, his vision, and his heart. And if he used them in good, he would be granted the reward. And if he used them in evil, he would be granted the punishment. God created the human being in the most excellent form. He put the right spirit in man's five senses to be motivated and obligated to accept the shared responsibility for peace and order. The conscious common people are vigilant contenders for safeguarding the rational form or the common sense form in the hearing, sight, and heart against Satan's or the evildoer's gravitating influences. However, the innate aspiration, meaning the natural appetite for goodness that we inherited from God in our essence, in our beginning, that's commonly known and honorable in all human beings, can experience spiritual and intellectual death if not followed knowledge, if the knowledge that we follow is not from the pure sources in God's revealed scriptures, the history of his prophets, and upright role models in your time. Upright role models can be your parents, your teachers, your religious leaders, or a close friend who is honest with you. Acquired knowledge is frequently transported through the eyes and ears more than through the sense of smell and touch. Your acquired knowledge is the knowledge that you receive when you are engaged in creation. When a man begins following ideas or influences independent of what God commanded, and the thoughts are confirmed by the consciousness, and they are not the knowledge that you receive or the thoughts that you bring into your senses aren't confirmed by the consciousness in the heart, it causes man to digress and fall under the weight and wrong thoughts and desires. Today, as in past history, lingering social influences of senseless logic and alluring lifestyles have altered man's reasoning and weakened his control over managing his own senses. We see evidence of this daily in the news media or in our own personal life or family life, where even our youth are utilizing technology without protection from their own common sense that they may not even be aware of, that they have a criteria for right and wrong. The ignorant, shameless, and irresponsible humans imitate what is popular or socially accepted and superficial without any assurance of its quality or factual soundness. Oftentimes when someone is communicating to you, especially our youth, we have a tendency to say, where did you get that information from? Or who told you that? Because the information is not sounding sound, or the source where they got the information from is not always reliable. Unfortunately, our inherited criteria of right and wrong isn't universally accepted or common across the global communities as it was in the beginning, which has led to claiming unconfirmed suspicions and the forming of ethnic, cultural, economic, political, educational, geographical, and religious biases. This kind of widespread dissension places man's common sense in constant turmoil in discerning good and evil, and trust and distrust. Manifestation of this widespread dissension and injustices of people being physically and verbally harassed or even killed are being witnessed daily in real life and indirectly on the local, national, and worldly news media. There's a need for the God-conscious servant to impact a positive movement toward a clear understanding of God's command in his revealed scripture, and for us as Muslims to be strong in Islamic knowledge. The accountability in how the servant used the attributes of his hearing, sight, and heart will be asked about on the day of resurrection. Likewise, his hearing, sight, and heart will be questioned about him and about what he did in them. May Allah accept this message. I pray Allah that it was clear to you, and I enjoyed sharing my time with you. Assalamu alaikum.